of 26-year war, and the only thing that kept us alive during the war was prayer, fasting and prayer. Many times I almost lost my life. Every time I left home saying that I'm coming back home, I never thought I would be back home, just to make the girls happy that I'll be coming home. But I never had the confidence that I would return. But we give our lives to the Lord every day, and we go out. And so after the 26 years, we needed to get into the next phase, and that was reconciliation, healing and reconciliation. And healing and reconciliation would have never been possible if not for prayer, because supernatural forces that caused the war were now at work trying to bring trauma and use trauma to bring greater damage to the nation. And so we felt as a church, not that now that the war was over, I didn't think that our work was over. I thought was our work was beginning to another phase, and that phase was transformation and reconciliation through transformation. So in fact, when I went in for a doctoral uh, work, and I wrote my dissertation on reconciliation, transformation of a nation through reconciliation. And so, and for reconciliation, the most important thing was spiritual warfare. Strategic forces of darkness are playing on people's lives and bringing greater resentment and greater confusion in the nation. So we went into fasting and prayer, and I challenged our people that we should get into a prayer network that will be 24/7, and it would have 5,000 people. And so today we have 3,500 people. Our vision was by 2018 that we would have 5,000. We have not been able to reach the goal, but actually at least we have a prayer movement, and it's growing every day. Our pastors go. My prayer coordinator and I work through the supervisors into the local church, from the supervisors into the local pastors, and from the local church pastors to the believers. And every church is a prayer house. Every church is a prayer group, and we all get together in small groups, in large groups, in church congregations, in conventions and conferences, and we pray 24/7 prayers, 24 hours, 7 days of the week. We wage spiritual warfare. And we also have 2 mobile prayer groups. They travel across the nation, from north to the south, from east to the west. These 2 groups, they meet they travel on their own. They come together and meet at the center part of the country for celebration. So we have had these things, and we have seen amazing things happen, opening of new doors for opportunity of new churches planted, evangelism taking place, signs and wonders happening as a result of that. So the church just continues to grow amazingly. Last year we planted 100 churches. Every year we plant more than 70 to 80 churches every year, and there is such a huge response, because persecution has almost come to a standstill, and politicians and leaders of our nation are looking for us, following us, looking for us, not to damage us, but to get advice and prayer from us. So there is a revival that is taking place as a result of our global of our prayer network, and now we are part of a global prayer network. For having seen the blessing that our prayer network has been to Sri Lanka, I thought I'll promote it to our global leaders, and the global leaders accepted it, and now we are working on a global prayer network. Of course, the global prayer network was launched at the ECFC